Hi, my name is Ben Russell, and I'm going to be giving a presentation on augmented reality. Now, to kick things off, I kind of want to distinguish between virtual reality and augmented reality because they are easily confused and pretty similar word wise. Virtual reality is a complete virtual immersion into a digital world, which is done through a headset, as shown in the image on the right. You put on a headset, and typically, if you're playing a game or something, you grab two controllers, and you're immersed in this digital world. Augmented reality is not quite like that. It implements digital elements into the real world. And I think the best real world example of that would be Google Glass, which came out a couple of years ago and still not in consumer hands, mostly into display through these glasses. And specifically, Google Glass is a mini computer in glasses, basically, and it helps blur the lines between what's real and what's not, and helps us make our life easier with this virtual reality aspect. Currently, other than Google Glass, it's not being used in too many big name places. IKEA is kind of using it. I haven't heard too much about it in America, but they can layer what the like a piece of furniture would look like in your house and make like a little replication of how it would look in your house before you even buy it, just to kind of help relieve the stress of purchasing something that you don't like. It doesn't fit your room well. A couple of apps do it. The best example of that would be Pokemon Go. It's not very high tech, but it makes it look like it's like a Pikachu right in front of you in the real world. And a few clothing stores have also done it, much like IKEA, where you can kind of layer it on top of yourself. See how you'd look in this certain shirt before buying it, and see if it fits your style, if it's gonna fit, yada yada yada. The future, what the hope is, it's gonna be like an extension of your body, much like how cell phones have become an extension of the body. Most people cannot live without their cell phone anymore, and that wasn't the case a few years back. And that's kind of what the future is looking like for augmented reality. It can also do something like make cars safer. If you look at the image in the bottom right, there's like this heads up display on a car windshield showing you how fast you're going, the destination, how far away it is, the directions to it, how far you are from the next car. That is what the future looks like for augmented reality as of right now. And accounting wise, which is my major, you could like put in a Google Glass situation, put all your data on a heads up display in like your top left of your eye. So you want to keep moving your head back and forth over and over to see the data you're implementing into a journal, into these sheets. And can also make for more personal worldwide interactions. If a business meeting, instead of using something like Skype to talk to someone in China, let's say, you can now have a face to face meeting with them over augmented reality with something like Google Glass, for instance, setting it up, making it look like they're in front of you, even though they're not, making you feel like you're really chatting with someone and make a more personal connection. Now, ethically, there are a few issues with augmented reality. It can kind of distort your reality, which in turn can make you depersonalize humans and see them only as code, and make you see the whole life as a weird amalgam of this digital world and real world, which is what it's doing. It can also set up some unrealistic expectations for real life once you leave this sort of blurred world. Security wise, since it's kind of listening in at all times, because it is a piece of technology, you can accidentally turn private info public. And you can even do that if you're walking around with someone in a business meeting, but just walking around in like a park, let's say, because you can't tell due to having these glasses on, merging the two worlds. You could say something that your business doesn't want to get out into the world yet, and someone in the park could hear you, and all of a sudden this news has hit public already. And even physically, you could confuse yourself where you are in the digital world and walk out in front of a car by accident. There's just a few security concerns that need to be kind of worked out in the future for augmented reality. And privacy wise, which goes hand in hand with having this piece of technology that always hears you, you're no longer fully alone. There's always something listening on you and is passively collecting your private info. Typically, a digital integrated reality will lower your personal privacy. So, in conclusion, augmented reality will immerse us in our technology and help us in our day-to-day life, but there are a few concerns we need to be careful of in the future, and it's really gonna. The only way we'll know is we got to see how it plays out. But it'll make our day-to-day tasks, the complex ones, the more mundane ones easier. Help us out by mixing both of our realities. And then get to summary, and we're excited.